So we've got an if going on inside of our Python. Now, you might recall when I first ran this, my code looked something like this. I said A equals 10, B was 15, and I wanted to know if A was greater than B, and I had it print something out if it did. Now, when I ran this, right, let's go ahead and save that, F5 to run it. It ran it, right, but it didn't output anything because that condition was not true. It essentially returned false. A is not greater than B. So then I changed A, made it greater, and we got the output. Well, I want to be able to get output either way. I want to know if A is greater than B, then do this. If it's not, if A is less than B, then I want to do something completely different. Now, there's going to be a few different ways that we can approach this scenario. What I'm going to introduce you to here during this lecture is the elif statement. So essentially, if this one's not true, then I want you to check another condition. So I'm going to drop down a line here. Now it keeps the indentation, which actually I don't want right now. So I'm going to backspace just to get rid of that indent. And I'm going to bring in elif. We're going to bring in another condition. Essentially, this is an else if. Check this one. If A is greater than B, then do this. If it's not, then I want you to check if this is true, else if. So here I'm going to say, is A less than B? We'll end that one, and then I'm going to print something else out. We'll say, and I'm going to keep it simple once again, we'll say A is less than B. All right. So now essentially I've got two if statements, but all within the one package. Starting with my main condition, check that one. If that's true, do this. Else if, check this condition and perform this if that's true. So I'll save this. I'm going to go ahead and run it. All right, A is less than B, which is true, right? It's 10 for A, 15 for B. So this one here ran, it evaluated to false, so it skipped over the print and went to the else if to check if that's true. That one was true, so it printed out this command here. You got your if statement, but you can get much more elaborate with it. If you got multiple conditions, you can use the elif or the else if statement. Okay? And I could do multiple. I could drop down to the next line, then I can bring in another else if, and I can define some other condition to look at, whatever it is. And I can specify them here. Keep your conditions going. Try it out. Use the else if or elif, specify another condition, and maybe even play around with it. See what you can do. Try it out.